what is your professional brand? A wide variety of social scientists have shown that when people process information, they're often influenced by the context in which they experience that information. The processing of information about products, people, or even our personal brands adheres to this effect as well. Thus, something that you experience at home may have a very different impact on you than if you had experienced the same product or event or occurrence at the beach or in a movie theater or at work. So, before we talk about how this applies to your professional brand, let's first acknowledge that people's personal brands are fairly multifaceted. People might convey certain attributes and emotions more or less intensely when they're at home as opposed to when they're playing a sport, or when they're in a meeting at work versus when they're dancing at a party. Consider, for example, a father who plays silly games with his infant child when at home, but who is much more serious while trying cases as an attorney in a courtroom. Or perhaps a college basketball coach who's active and loud and intense while she's leading her team, but is calm and empathetic when she's volunteering at a bereavement center. Your personal brand, then, is a conglomeration or combination of the various attributes you display, and that are also perceived by others. As for your professional brand, it's some subset of those attributes that are demonstrated and are perceived by others when you or your brand are considered in the workplace or in a work-related environment or situation. Now, this doesn't mean that you can act completely irresponsibly while you're away from work and expect people at work to perceive your professional brand to be one of high integrity or high responsibility. And that's because in many environments, personal brands and professional brands are becoming more and more blended. That what people do away from work can potentially influence their workplace or professional brands. What does this mean to you? As you develop and maintain your personal brand, always consider how your actions might affect not just that particular multifaceted brand, but also how those actions might affect your professional brand. While this is relevant in your everyday life, it becomes particularly important when you're looking for a job or being considered for a promotion. Finally, consider that personal and professional brands, like reputations, are rather fragile. What might take you months or years to build up can be destroyed by a single careless act or an insensitive statement. Nurture your personal and professional brands and build them with an authenticity with respect to who you are and who you're striving to be.